This is the G Podcast with your host, Tommy B.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 285 of This is the G Podcast. What's up, y'all? We are your weekly recap podcast, news, politics, pop culture, the T. Hopefully you're following us on Spotify. This is the G Podcast. If you are not, go to Spotify, search This is the G Podcast, and we are right there. You can find us, follow us. Please follow us, and you'll get notified every time we have a new episode. I'm in the building. Tommy B's in the building. Vi is in the building. Tanya B, Talib, we're all here, man. And I want to start the show off a little bit different. This week, man, we had another loss, and I call it a loss in the family. Definitely for me, somebody I've known for 43 years of my life. Talib, you knew him. Vi, you knew him well. As a matter of fact, Vi, equally 43 years between Vi and I. And Tanya B, you knew him as part of the industry as well. Yeah. My brother Harold Banks passed away after a battle, with fuck cancer. Right. You just hate to hear it, man, because man, we're hearing so much of this. Talib and I were talking, as a matter of fact, a friend of Talib's a few weeks ago. And it seems like for a lot of us brothers, a lot of us in the industry who were turntable brothers, industry brothers, just brothers in general, we're losing them. And, I got to say to his family, to his friends, a lot of us, especially a lot of my friends, we all know each other. We worked initially, Vi and I attended Troy University. It was Troy State back then. From day one, when we we took our stuff to the dorm room and were just hanging out that day, not knowing what to do, we all came together, a group of us. They called us the Smurfs because we, back during that time period, the Smurfs were big. So all these guys walking around campus in a bunch. A good friend of ours, who's still a friend of ours, we still see him at homecoming, gave us the name the Smurfs back then, and it stuck. We were an intramural basketball team, two-time champs. As a matter of fact, two-time champs, runner-up one year. We should have won, but definitely we won 2 championships. And Harold was a big part of that. Harold coached, and it was just to hear about Banks, and actually Vi and I and a good friend, Howie Hitman, was a big part of the group. We all went to see him as we taped this on Monday. And his wife had called us over the weekend and said, hey, things aren't going well. If you can take the time to see him, I'll be here Monday, Wednesday, I think Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And I said, well, okay, let me get my stuff together. I want to go and really, see him. Let's see if I can do it Thursday. And good thing for Howie, he had a chance to talk to his wife on the phone, and he said, man, we need to go now. And so I thank Howie, because when we got there, he was non-responsive Monday night with his son, his family, and we lost him the following day. And it's just so crazy, man, because you know how it is, y'all, and feel free to jump in. When friends are friends. When you have real friends, it doesn't matter what goes on. You may not hear from them for months, weeks, sometimes years, man. But when we all come together, it's just like time hasn't passed.
Right.
We're still in that same zone. And we were like that. We were like brothers. I mean, people don't realize that my DJing, or even being a DJ back in the day, was because we connected. We worked for UPS during the Troy had a ridiculous fall break. Like you leave Thanksgiving the day before, you get there and you don't go back till January. So for that period, we all got jobs as drivers helpers for UPS. So we were all of us had jobs on the truck with the driver and my job, I was in Buckhead, so I was loving it. You know what I'm saying? But we all had jobs. We were making, and as soon as we got the money, we started going out buying equipment. As soon as we we getting a mixer this week. We getting some turntable. We finally got. I think we started off, and you'll appreciate this, Talib. We were using belt drives, right? So we had wood grain belt drives. The Radio Shack. Remember the wood grain belt drive?
Okay, for those of us who are not DJs,
with
what
the
is a
plotter that
belt
was
drive?
like,
Yes. Huh?
Belt
drive
who are not
means
DJs.
The turntable.
Okay. Thank you, Tanya B. There was if you opened up the top, if you took the top, like the plate off, you would see a belt, and it was like that. That's what turned the turntable.
Okay.
It was like it was like a rubber belt. Okay. So the rubber belt would turn, but you didn't see it because it was under the plate. So we had 2 belt drives, which I love. I kind of love belt drives because we eventually we got enough money together. We bought individually our own Technique 1200 because they were high as hell. They were like over $300 back then.
Yeah.
So we each got our own turntable. We connected. We got together, man, and we just started doing parties. We did as a matter of fact, we did our 25th anniversary party back in 2008 at Troy. And I think that was the last real big party we did together. But, he worked with me at V103. He was among the crew of DJs that first put the mix show on with, it was DJ Nabs, Jerry Smoking B, let's see, Tommy Fix, who passed away a few years ago. We lost Tommy. And I think eventually, who else came on? We had Mike Nice, Tony T-Rock Ski, all of us. We were among the first DJs at V to put on the Saturday night mix show. So, we worked together there. He was among the first DJs to work at Hot 97.5, which is now Hot, 107.9?
107.9, yeah.
So he was among the first DJs there. He went to Columbia, South Carolina, which was black owned, I think, when they initially kicked it off in Columbia at Hot 103.9.
Hot 103.9.
With Jerry Smoking B,
Wow.
Shanique. Was Shanique?
Shanique is actually still there.
Okay, she's still there. Wow. Okay. And and then when I got into management in Macon, Georgia, he worked with me down at IBB V101.7, had an weekend show on V101.7. and ran the Noonan stations for me down in the Macon area too. So he did a lot, and we'll be celebrating him over the next few weeks. We don't know the memorial date yet. We did speak with his wife via text, and she indicated that they would be doing something soon. So, man, rest in power, Banks. It just feels crazy saying that, man, because of our crew, he's probably the one closest. He is probably the one closest to us. Yeah. And he's the first one to pass. Right. If that makes sense.
He's the first.
Am I right, Banks? Am I right?
I was telling Mike. I think he's the first one. He's the first one that we lost.
Yeah, among our
crew,
our Smurf crew.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know. Every time you say it, I say it at home. The family's like, you
don't want to be no bunch.
Yeah, tell them why.
I thought y'all were nerds.
We've owned it.
We owned it for as long.
We had folks at Troy begging to join our crew.
Did they have to dress in blue?
No,
we had
no
gold with blue. We had the Smurf blue though.
Yeah, the Carolina blue.
See, that just goes to show you that, if you make it look good, everybody will, folks will join, regardless of if the fact that, this was supposed to be somewhat of a slight or an insult when y'all got the name. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're doing it long enough and there's enough of you, people are like, hey, can I be there?
People did not laugh, but it was funny because both of the fraternities members of the Smurf crew to join the fraternities.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Vi plays the Alpha. Mike plays the Alpha. Yeah.
And we had a free players Kappa, so hey.
Yeah, we had people pledge Kappa. But, I mean, me and Harold were doing parties, honestly, and I'll say this on the podcast, we were making too much money to pledge. It was like, that would have hurt the enterprise.
Right,
Because we could do anybody's party. We
exactly.
Out of here.
But I think he probably would have if I had gone. But I was, I'm a knucklehead, so as y'all know. So,
me find me.
But I tell you, man, just thinking back, I mean, we did the Democratic National Convention together here in Atlanta in '88. We were up on stage, right? I think I was working at V, and one of the sales guys at V said, "Hey, can you? We need a DJ. Somebody, they called the station. They need a DJ over at the DNC." And this was the year Jesse ran, right? Thomas, can you get your equipment together? So we ran, man, me and Harold, we got it. So we up on stage with Jesse, and, I'm like, wow. It was like an event, like I think a sidebar thing. But, we did a lot, man. We did really like a lot of stuff together, man. It was just crazy.
Hey, man, I came home to a class reunion. They said, "Man, what happened to Thomas and Harold?" I said, "Thomas and Harold? Yeah, man, that was our DJ. What? Man, we party all the time." I said,
yes, dude,
they party more in my class than I did.
We did parties for Emory. I remember we were among Talib. We've already talked about this on the show.
Yeah.
When anybody from Emory University would know that there was a thing called, I don't know if it still even exists, the Duck.
Oh yeah, it's changed a lot since the days you probably were there, but the Duck is still there on campus.
But they had a big fight at the Duck, and we had already been doing multiple parties at Emory, and the last party we did, the Qs and the Kappas got into a huge fight, and everybody started throwing salt shakers and shit.
Damn.
And me
them
and
glass
Harold,
salt shakers.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yes.
Lord. Them things
it was
hurt.
crazy. So they got banned. So it was like it was like the last Greek party for a while that Emory allowed on campus.
Yeah.
At the Duck. So if you from Emory right around like 86, 80 to 90, you remember that well. Because I ain't gonna say the school. The other school that was notorious for starting fights, but I'll leave it at that. But we had a good time. We did a lot of stuff. Go ahead, Tanya, but you were about to say something.
I was going to say, I remember, and thinking back when you told me the news, like I met him, I know this to tell you how OG, how far back I'm going. I met him at Jack the Rapper.
Oh, yes. Yep.
At the convention. That's where I met Harold. Yeah. He was always very cool, very cool, very nice, very polite. But I also wanted to ask you, will you ever?
As a matter of fact, before you leave the rapper, we did the suite. We did the CBS suite.
Oh, the suite party? Wait, I was in. Wait, never mind. I'm not saying.
Yep. Hey, about to tell on yourself.
We did the CBS suite with Ruben Rodriguez and what's her name?
David.
She passed away. She passed away? Wanda Ramos.
Wanda, yes.
Yeah, who used to work at V. We did. They were among the people who, at the time, I think were running the suite. But go ahead. Ruben never liked what we did.
Never liked anything anybody did if he didn't.
Because we were trying to slip other music in there. He said, "Oh no, you only play CBS." I'm like,
well, I was going to ask you, will you have, as you mentioned, you'd be, I guess, paying homage to him over the next few weeks. Will you be able to get one of his mixes or any of his mixes to play back on Velvet Frequency Radio?
Yeah, I was talking to Vi about that. I thought I had a few because he did the midday.
I think I got some though. Like I said, he used to send them to me when I was deployed.
Yeah.
For workout music.
We used to do house, and he did some house and sent it to the wrong person.
He sure did to me.
So
I'm R&B.
So, but yeah, I mean, he did R&B mixes on V101.7.
I said, what is this?
But yeah, go ahead, Tanya B. You had anything else?
Oh, that was it. Just, it's the thing we're losing people, and I was just reading about some other industry folk and just some regular everyday folk, and people that are of name and note. And the one thing that everybody says is that early detection is one of the best things you can do. So don't feel like you're being compromised, or you don't want anybody to touch you in a certain place, because that touch could save your life.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I just have to say, again, looking at the landscape right now, man, we've lost quite a few.
And they were relatively young, not what you consider old.
Yes.
And
Definitely. So, I hopefully this is coming across. I mean, we loved him. I mean, he was our brother.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the way we talk to each other, regardless of what was going down. But whenever something came up that was serious and we needed something, he was there. And we were all like that. We continue to be like that, among our group. And it was interesting. One of your frat brothers sent me a message the other day, and he said, you guys should be thankful, because there's some guys who are official, quote unquote, brothers who don't even talk to each other.
Oh yeah.
And won't return phone calls.
Oh yeah.
And I know we all have certain people who we just kind of move on from, in some cases, because we feel like it's toxic and we have to. But there's some who just don't want to be, they don't want to be what they were. So they move on and they don't want to be a part of any memories. But I embrace the memories, man. I mean, we had some great times, bro. I mean, y'all. I mean,
and y'all good people. That's my main thing. They good people, good hearts.
Yeah. So, rest in power, Banks, man. Biggidy Bankster. He went by so many names, man. I just called him Harold. HB.
He was bigger than me, man.
Yeah,
well, he was always Harold to me. I know you go out name Biggidy Bankster, but I just call him Harold.
Yeah. So rest in power, bro. Rest in power. Hey, let's go ahead. We'll do news. Come back on the other side. I appreciate y'all allowing us to kind of go down memory lane for a minute. It's important, I think, for the people who knew him.
Yeah.
It's just therapeutic for us. It's therapeutic for me, in a lot of cases to say this. So here we go.
News team, assemble!
It's time for the Week in News with Syracuse Mike.
One of the big topics on the Sunday talk shows was the First Amendment. On Meet the Press, Senator Rand Paul joined a growing list of Republicans in defending free speech. Paul said the FCC was wrong to weigh in on Kimmel's comments last week.
I'll fight any attempt by the government to get involved with speech. I will fight.
Parents and community leaders in Fayette County, south of Atlanta, are outraged after a photo surfaced of 5 people at a Whitewater High School volleyball game with their faces painted black. At a school board meeting, the superintendent apologized, calling the behavior deeply offensive and vowing it won't happen again. Local NAACP leaders and State Representative Derek Jackson condemned the act as blackface. A man speaking for those pictures said the game had a blackout theme and no racial intent was meant. The district says it's reviewing its policies and staff training to prevent a repeat. 1 person is dead and 2 were in critical condition as of Wednesday night following a shooting that morning at a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement field office in Dallas. Federal officials say the gunman, firing from a rooftop across the street, died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. All 3 victims were detainees at the facility. The attack happened southwest of Dallas Love Field Airport. Authorities recovered shell casings engraved with the phrase anti-ICE. Texas Senator Ted Cruz says Democrats have demonized ICE and political violence needs to stop.
To every politician demanding that ICE agents be doxxed and calling for people to go after their families, stop. This has very real consequences.
Democrats pointed out it was detainees who were shot, not ICE agents. Former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted by a federal grand jury on charges of lying to Congress and obstruction. Prosecutors say it stems from his September 2020 testimony where they allege he lied when he said he hadn't authorized someone else at the FBI to be an anonymous source in news reports. The indictment follows years of friction between Comey and then-President Donald Trump. What does Comey say about this?
My family and I have known for years that there are costs
to standing up to Donald Trump.
President Trump has been pushing for charges against his political enemies and wrote on social media that Comey is being held responsible for his crimes against our nation. The White House says federal employees will be fired if there's a government shutdown in a few days. Normally, workers are furloughed. Democrats see this as a threat, and they say they won't be intimidated. Democrats also say they will go along with a deal as long as the Obamacare tax credits are extended. If not, they would expire at the end of the year.
Cancel the cuts, lower the costs, save health care.
That's House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
Hey, as far as Comey's concerned, I don't care, because we wouldn't have Trump if not for him. If not,
Exactly.
He killed Hillary's chances with that October surprise. So as far as Comey, I don't care. Whatever happens, bro.
Karma.
Yeah, I do like what he said though, man. No bending the knee, no bending the knee, and that's the way that all of us have to kind of look at this administration and what they're doing, because the more he goes unchallenged, the more he gets away with. So you gotta take a stance at some point.
Agreed. And as I thought, Kimmel is back. I didn't think that was going to last too long. There's too much money involved.
Too much money involved.
Yeah, when it's about the money, trust me.
But I'm like the guy said, the people who don't want to see it, they wouldn't watch the show anyway.
Yeah, they don't watch it anyway. I'll be honest. I'm not one to watch Kimmel. I'm not. I
don't watch late shows neither, but I watched it that night.
I did. Yeah.
Just to increase the rating myself.
6.2 million other people did. Let me say this about Kimmel. Those Next Star and Sinclair claiming they're not going to run Kimmel. Some of them have already backpedaled and started showing him. But here's the thing: we have so many ways to consume that even if they never show Jimmy Kimmel again, people can still go see it somewhere else. So they're cutting off their own revenue stream. Let them go ahead and do it. Who cares?
Yeah, they realize
I get
that.
Go ahead, Vine. What'd you say?
They realize, like the guy said, the people who want you to cut the show off don't watch the show anyway. Yeah. So you ain't really. Who you hurting?
Nobody.
Roseanne. That's who you hurt. Roseanne Barr was hurt from this whole thing.
Looking at her, she hurt.
Yeah, but by the way, Tanya B, the Sinclair stations are officially back now.
Right. They are, but and I think Next Star's going to come back too. So I think no,
they're done. Yeah, they're back.
It could have. This all could have been a stunt. It could have been a stunt.
Because I think at the end of the year, Disney will have to honor it. At the end of the year, Disney have to renew their contract, and they cannot afford to lose Disney and ABC.
Then they have to try to jack up the fee for Hulu. Guess what? Goodbye.
Yeah. All right, Assata Shakur dies in Cuba at 78. Mike didn't get a chance to get that in this week, but she's been on the run. She's been on the run for 4 decades. Definitely a well-known black revolutionary, godmother of Tupac Shakur. And she was convicted at the time, and a lot of people are saying it was not a fair conviction.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's really tough. Whenever you hear law enforcement pull over in the 70s, it's hard to believe that could have gone the way it should have gone.
Yeah.
So the conviction she maintained was unjust. And basically, she escaped in 79, found asylum in Cuba, and they had been trying to get her back for 40 years. Talib, you got any thoughts, man?
Didn't work.
As somebody that has supported the Malcolm X grassroots movement, that kind of took over the mantle from where the Black Panthers led off. I've had a lot of contact with Tupac in his early days because of his cousins and everything that would always be here. Dr. Akinyele Umoja, who is over the Black Studies Department at Georgia State University, used to have me going to the Atlanta Federal Pen to see Mutulu Shakur, and we would do like naming ceremonies there at the prison, supporting, Dr. Shakur as well. So, I never had the opportunity to meet Assata. I was 9 years old when she broke out and left for Cuba. But, I know her people and I respect her legacy and I thank her, for being one of those people who stood up and took the shots for us. You know what I mean? And I just want to say rest in peace, powerful sister.
And she's got a book. There's a
Yeah.
book. Her autobiography is available. So I'm
Mhm.
definitely, I have not read it. I'm going to take the
Yeah.
time to really read it. One of the
It
things
is
I
a good
like,
read.
I mean, from all the summaries of the book that I've seen,
Mhm.
and some of the clips from it, it looks like definitely something we all should read right now.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, one of the things she said about organizations, because she even criticized the Panthers when she left, because she said you have to be, there has to be a level of self-criticism within organizations,
Right.
and there wasn't. She felt that they felt everything was right, and and I can imagine how it was back then. Go ahead, Talib.
Yeah, I just want to say, we have to look at the timing, of when all that was taking place. I
Yeah,
mean, we were, this was not saying that there was no one who studied law and would do these things before the Panthers, but the Panthers brought a new fire to it, I should say. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
And I'm sure that there wouldn't be a lot of the political motivations, for our people that they are right as in this day and time. If it wasn't for organizations like the Panthers, it's a lot of these people were organizing for the first time.
yeah,
You know what I mean? This is
yeah,
still, I know that we had the movement through the 60s that carried into the 70s with the Black Panthers. But, I mean, if you look at the programs that the Black Panthers are responsible for,
yeah,
instituting and where those programs have now gone, we can see that they were right and exact and on time with what they were doing at that particular time. I think that again, the immaturity of us trying to find our voices is kind of what led to a lot of the nonsense that was going on in the Panther organization. There was a lot of, from what I've read, there was, a little infidelities, there were, some drug usage, and it's because these are just people off the street.
yeah,
So we're getting people and we're taking people, from where they are as opposed to where we want them to go. So yeah, there's going to be issues, but I think that the memories and the legacy that Sister Shakur and a lot of those people have left us is enough for us to kind of move on and try and figure out where we need to go from here.
yeah. I agree. I agree. And I have to say this: you got to admire what she did, as well as like Angela Davis's women during that time
Yeah,
period.
it was
Wow.
rough. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
You
And
know.
they had women in the forefront. It wasn't
Yes.
just, it
Yeah.
wasn't just your Fred Hamptons. Panthers were dynamite as far as I was concerned, man. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Same
They
here.
were a big motivation for me,
Hmm.
in terms of me trying to figure out where I'm going.
Mhm.
Coming from my parents were involved in the nation when I was born,
Oh, wow.
how I wound up with a name like this in the first place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, again, I just think that, we need to take Shakur's passing, and do some self-reflecting, do some kind of research, just in honor of the sacrifices that she and a lot of other revolutionaries made for us.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. All right, y'all. Hey, that's all. I don't have anything else with the news. Any other things come out of Mike's news for you?
Um, nah, yeah, I'm with you on Comey.
Yeah. No.
The
I
Boy
did see
Scout.
the I don't know if any of y'all have caught the C-SPAN for the Patel speaking to Congress, but I just he's you
Ugh.
know you want to give some folks the benefit of the doubt, and again, I'm not one of those people who want to see anybody on who believes or does not believe what I believe politically to fail. You know what I mean? Because we're all Americans at the end of the day. And we all should want the best for this country, even though we don't necessarily agree on the means to get there. But damn, yo, that dude is he's a mess. You know what I mean?
Like, you got to keep in mind, man. These guys were.
He was set up to fail.
Look, I'm a podcaster. Okay, I'm a podcaster.
Right.
These guys are podcasters. They're not even like they hadn't even been doing it for that long. You know what I mean? So it's like all you doing, you just taking people who had strong followings, and
that's what it's they don't care.
They don't
care. And who will serve?
Ultimately, it's just like, I mean, unfortunately, and Tanya B will relate to this. It's like when you just make a singer because they got strong followings. If eventually people's gonna hear the voice, you know, and then they're gonna say, "Oh shit, this person can't sing."
The covers get pulled back. I think Cash was just he was put up there to fail, and
I mean,
it's time for him to cash
put
out.
up there to be a loyalist. Like I told Vi last week, ultimately, the lesson learned from Trump 1.0 was you need loyalists over people who are professionals.
Yes.
Okay. So this was about loyalty, this whole cabinet, everybody in this regime. And you're not looking at professionalism. You're not really looking at the fact that they know what they're doing. It's just about loyalism. It's about being loyal. That's it.
That's all.
You got any last thing on news before we go to T?
Yeah. I was amazed at how Ted Cruz spoke against Trump them about the freedom of speech. They said, can you believe that he actually said that what that guy said was wrong? So we cannot let him take freedom of speech. I said, this is Ted Cruz.
They better be, Vi, because they're the ones who abuse freedom of speech the most. They've lied the most.
Yeah, I think what he said was, he said, there going to come a time when the Democrats are in charge and they're going to shut us up.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
Think about the people who have just blatantly lied. And, well, you know, everybody twists the truth in politics, period. In my opinion, you always, you know, twist the angle. But when it comes down to just blatantly lying about even the election lies, you know, so having the ability to lie is kind of like their freedom of speech.
And
they don't want that taken away.
That is a prerequisite for them.
Yes.
Really.
So they see this as, oh damn, you know, it's going whatever it is going away.
Yeah.
I thought our magic is going away. Our mojo is going away. Go ahead, Talib.
Yeah. To change the subject just a little bit, I was I was shocked to see. Yeah, right. I was shocked to see that McCulley has resigned from the oversight as the chairman of the oversight committee this week due to health issues. But we knew that he had health issues when they appointed him.
Yeah.
So, you know, when he beat out AOC for the role. But now with Jasmine Crockett as the vice chair, you know,
that's gonna be
you know, this could be something very interesting on the horizon, you know, if they just don't totally crap all over her. So I'm encouraging people to get behind and join the bandwagon on this one, you know, Jasmine for chairman of the oversight committee.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and do it.
Now then, children, it's time for tea.
It's tea time, y'all. Sipping the tea with Tanya B.
Tanya B, what you got this week?
Because Jimmy Kimmel just kind of dominated so much of the headline in entertainment this week, there wasn't a whole lot that happened, which lets me know folks probably going to act up in the next couple of weeks. Because my headline is, does anybody care that Mariah Carey's new album, Here for All, is out?
Yeah. Let me say this. Can I say it? Because I didn't know you were going to mention that. But let me say this. That is a good album. And I was, not that I was, I don't want to say shocked, but it's a classic album. I mean, when I heard it, somebody sent me a note, said, hey, it's on Apple. And I went to my Apple Music and I dropped it on. And what's the term? No skip?
She had a skip since the early 2000s. No, the 90s. Okay.
It is truly one of the no skip albums. It's the kind of album you hope a classic artist does late in their career. And it's very much within her range. It includes a cut, the Clark sisters are on it. Which is Anderson .Paak, of course, had a lot to do with it.
That's why it sounds as good as it does, because her man produced the album.
They're dating?
Yes.
Yeah.
They are. And quite frankly, it has paid off for her. Because this is a good album. It's good. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. That's me. That's me speaking. But I didn't know what to expect. I've heard some hit or misses from Mariah over the years with different producers, but I think Anderson .Paak understood the mission. He went in and he said, I'm going to be true to this legacy of who she truly should be. And good vocals, good lyrics, just good songs, really and truly. It's a good album. It's a good album. I was impressed. But go ahead, Tanya B.
Okay.
I care. I didn't care.
No, the jury is still out. And, if you are an artist of her stature, I guess I should say, and you've been in the game, and, as long as you have and you want to put out new music, you got to bring it, because so many artists put out music and it is just either hot garbage, nobody wants to hear it, or it just is subpar. And that's just the reality of it. I also wanted to say, she got some big award at the iHeart Music Festival, something or other, and they used the singer Doja Cat to sing a tribute to Mariah Carey. She was making faces, and Mariah Carey said, I don't like other people singing my song.
Yeah, she did the, what do you call it, the Aretha Franklin on him.
Yeah, she went Aretha, yeah. So
then she also was about what took y'all so long.
Yeah,
that was MTV.
MTV, yeah.
Okay, she's notoriously difficult, and she really hasn't been, up on the set. But now with this album coming out, you see she's making the rounds. She was on Good Morning America. In my dealings with her when I was in New York, she got to the front door and said, "Oh, I don't think I want to go upstairs." She turned around and went home. and was never invited back. So she can be, I guess,
a diva.
She has to be humble right now. This is probably going to be her last album. Let's call a thing a thing.
Well, let me say, because it's like, what, Aretha and Prince hated people to do this, because Prince would side eye you.
But some things you just need to leave alone.
I agree. Doja's not really a singer, man. It's like, Doja, you a studio part rapper, part pop.
If you're a girl from Detroit that shaved off her eyebrows, can we move on, please?
Why would you sing?
I was just saying, if you're not a singer,
they'd have been better.
Why would you hire Doja Cat to sing?
They've been better off getting Ariana Grande. Mariah likes her, and Ariana Grande can hit those notes because she's young and she can do it. Doja Cat's label must have paid for her to be up in there. The name of Doja Cat's song, because I can't. Okay.
What you got?
The big hoopla next week, Puffy gets sentenced next week. And now his former, I think it was a makeup artist, now he's got another lawsuit, sexual battery by a man who used to, who was his stylist, I'm sorry. And this person also testified at the trial. Now, he beat the RICO charges, which they thought he would beat the RICOs anyway. So a lot of people are not surprised by that. But let me tell you what his, how you sit in jail and you have time, I guess? He's got way too much time. Because now his new defense is that I'm not a pimp, I'm a voyeur, and I'm an amateur porn producer. That's the best you could do.
Damn, that's good.
I mean, it's at least believable.
It is, ain't it? That's good.
Did that.
Shoot, he likes to watch.
Hey, you may not like it, but he kind of did it.
He was directing people what to do. That's how he was the producer. Okay.
Yeah, so, that ain't illegal with that. That's good.
He's saying anything to get out of jail, but here's the gag. Now wait, he's getting the.
If you're not a willing participant,
then you get beat up or shot, or they set your house on fire or something like that. Now wait, now he's getting the inmates to write letters of recommendation for him. Okay, and he's in the jail. Oh, wait, there's more. There's more. Leave, come off the air. I'm not done. Wait,
go ahead.
He's in the down to the Jaya teaching business classes. Okay.
Make a good time.
And now there are some people that don't want him to get out of jail because they actually fear retaliation. I'm sick of them. I'm
just laughing at Vi because Vi is over here like, damn.
Help me, Holy Ghost.
That's what I would be doing.
Well, you didn't teach a cleaning. You can't teach a class on how to not get caught and go to jail.
Vi's like,
Look, I don't know if y'all have ever spent any time in jail, but anything to pass the time.
I'm a film producer. Okay, well, see, if you're a movie producer, don't you eventually release your film? What was the budget for this film? Okay, thank you. Okay.
Well, I mean, no disrespect at all to the victims, okay, at all. But it's just like what did you think Puffy was gonna do? He was gonna find a way to enterprise. That's what that dude has done all his life.
All right. I mean, you don't go into that and act like I didn't know what was gonna happen. Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Come on.
Yeah, you did.
Come on.
Only way I would buy that if you didn't go back a second time. If you went back a second time,
it's gonna be interesting. Well, we're gonna see about the time.
But that's
the
what
timing.
Baby Mama said.
We'll see.
She said he pays well. That's why they kept going back. And speaking, it's something else. Somebody need to go sit down. These two guys have been trying to sue the Michael Jackson estate since before Michael Jackson passed away. They are suing again. They want $400 million. That's not going to happen. They're the reason why this Michael Jackson movie is being held up. It's Wade and somebody Hupchuck or something already. But they're kind of, if they can get money, I think what their MO is going to be is to bleed the estate because the legal fees are ridiculously high. And there are other cases got thrown out of court, and there's a reason why. Even Janet said, "Go sit down, you're lying, you're looking for money." Okay, speaking of lying, AI, it can be a blessing and a curse, but don't believe, just like there was the fake Sade tour, the new fake thing up there now is Earth, Wind, and Fire and Patti LaBelle performing the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. That ain't happening.
What? Come on now.
Exactly. I heard it's going to be I heard it's not going to be Miley Cyrus, but.
Well, you know what? Somebody was saying they thought Jay-Z should do it. I don't think Jay-Z should do it.
I don't think so neither.
Nope.
Not considering what we've already done. So, I'll give it Miley because what they're going to have to do, you got to keep in mind, who were the last few? You had
so they're going to go way less.
They're going to do one for like the general audience. Pop.
You got to do a compromise, son. We can't have it all the time now.
That Maroon 5 one was pretty good. They kicked ass on that when they did it.
They did.
Talib, I'm just gonna say, I'll just put it out there. No one has surpassed Bruno Mars.
No.
And don't forget, they don't get paid for that.
And the Red Hot Chili Peppers came out. I lost my mind.
Right, exactly.
It's always somebody that has a new album dropping or they're about to go on tour because they don't get paid for that. That's just a global PR. So I think Miley Cyrus has an album and a tour coming.
Anybody want to see Miley Cyrus right now? Yeah, I mean, candidly, she's a movie star. She's a pop star. She's a country star. She's multifaceted. I think she'll be fine.
Yeah,
I guess I'll give a good show. This should be a good show.
How you gonna deny Hannah Montana, bro? You
can't. I'm old. I'm old. I'm just old.
Come on. Party in the USA. Come on. That was. Come on. Honestly, that's everybody. That should be a lot of people's guilty pleasure.
Are in their 30s now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I guess so. I guess that's one show I ain't got to look at. I guess. Okay.
Yes. You ain't got to look at that. Go ahead,
please don't. And right now, that would be weird. That would be weird.
As long as we ain't got any achy breaky heart, I'm cool. That's good.
Right. I better not catch you with no Hannah Montana T-shirt, bro.
I don't think you got to worry about
worth
that.
the money now. Don't laugh.
I said it then.
Okay. I meant to talk about this last week, and I just can't let it go, but I'm going to do it right now. Gloria Gaynor, she is definitely the dumb donkey of the week now. The Kennedy Center Honors is honoring her, but here's what I say. $22,000 minimum she's contributed over the years. So she's a MAGA supporter. So now it's come out. But what's interesting is that somewhat, and I know it's your personal, you can do what you want, but the people that have kept that woman fed and clothed and housed is a marginalized community that don't agree with the doctrines of the current administration. So she has done like Neo, and she has really alienated her core audience. So a lot of the community has said, she's dead to me. They're done with her. And, here's my thing. When people get Kennedy Center honors, you look at people that have had an amazing, massive body of work. She had one damn song. So this is going to be...
I was just about to say that.
This is going to be the shortest Kennedy Center honors in history, because how many ways and how many times and for how long can you sing "I Will Survive"? Now,
ain't nobody coming anyway. Don't nobody go to the Kennedy Center no more.
So she won't be. She's not being invited to a lot of places anymore. The cookout, the picnic, the family reunion, a lot of pride celebrations. They are not checking for her. And I mean, this is probably going to be the year with the lowest ratings, because now that the orange one has made himself the head of the Kennedy Center, a lot of people who were involved there, people of note, people, Black, white, Puerto Rican, everybody, just a freaking, and he's gonna host the show. It's gonna be a shit show. I just had to say that. And lastly, dumb donkey of the. Well, hey, there will be no fans in the building, because you know how everybody, the Beyonce fans, people that have fans just to cool off. He can't have a fan because it will blow. He need to do just go get a good toupee or a hair transplant, but it's gonna blow back the comb over. And in this week's Dumb Donkey of the Week, me, fi me is Ray J. Will you please go and sit your ass down? Do you know what he's come up with? Talking about somebody who wants attention. Now, this week, he's claiming that he's working with the feds to build a RICO case against the Kardashians. Now, I ask you,
no, not Chris, Chris pimping.
You know what? Well,
then he came out in didn't he at one of the concerts he came out with a skirt on?
No, that's that was that Kid, not Kid Cudi. No,
it was Ray J.
Kid Cudi.
Ray J did it too.
I hope not.
He did.
I've never heard that one before, but I
saw
really
it.
hope not.
Unless it was AI, I saw it.
He's an attention whore. So I'm like, what kind of RICO case you gonna get on? I mean, they were out. They're professional flatbackers, and
says Tanya B. Go ahead.
Don't sit down. Now, one thing I will say, that Brandy's book is out, and it's a good read, and she was pretty transparent about a lot of things, and up to and including attempted suicide when she had that accident and that man died. But yeah, she's on her way back. So, and everybody likes Brandy, and the Boy Is Mine tour with her and Monica's going to do very well.
Good stuff.
Hey,
and before we close, we got to say, because we got to close. Before we close, got to say congrats to Riri. Her and A$AP Rocky had another baby.
Yeah, they got the girl, so she said she's done.
How many did that make?
3.
That's third. That's her third.
She got 3 kids under the age of 4, maybe 5.
But she can afford it.
She's done. She said she don't want a nanny. So.
She can afford high school.
She can afford it.
She can
billionaire.
I guess she can afford it. She can afford it. No big deal. She can afford it.
No, she can afford a private school.
Then give us 2 more then for basketball.
Well, you gotta have to man. So that's really all I got. Not a whole lot else going on, and anything else is just not worth mentioning. But I will mention this: please like, subscribe, and share, and don't forget to go to Spotify and check out This Is the G Podcast. You can still do 25 for 25. We'll give you a discount. You don't have to pay 26. And tell your friends and family about us.
Yep. Hey, y'all, let's go ahead and do it.
It's time to wrap it up. This is the G Podcast.
Since you just wrapped up, Tanya B, go ahead. You got any
last
minute
say congratulations to my goddaughter, Sage Anastasia Williams. She is on her way to law school.
Yes.
Yes. So she's in Pennsylvania, so you can take care of your auntie no kids when I get older. And she actually was going to go do STEM, but she's decided she wants to be an attorney. So you can always use good people in the law, and I'm sure she will fight for the underserved and the silenced people. So I'm very proud of her.
Good stuff. Talib?
Nah, no shouts or anything this week. Just appreciate everybody,
Appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. CC, country commentator, Vibe, what you got, man?
Rest in peace to my Smurf brother, DJ Harold Biggidy Banks. Much love will be missed. It's I guess that's life.
Yeah.
But much love, brother. We miss you. Other than that, go Dogs, go Falcons.
Yes, and I will definitely
go Falcons.
Oh,
go Falcons. Go Eagles.
Just go.
You know what? Hey, I'm gonna be respectful because Harold Banks was a true Falcons defender. True. No matter how much slanderous, and he listened to the podcast, so he would always text, "Why you so hard on the Falcons?" Yeah, man. So I for my boy Banks, hey, Georgia Bulldogs too. You think I give Vi hell? Yeah. So I'm gonna try to get this up before UGA and Bama. So I know you going for UGA, Vi.
Oh yeah, of course.
And Harold would too, and definitely he's a homeboy. He was all about even with his New York upbringing, man. He was about the Hawks. He's about the Falcons. And maybe the Braves too.
I'm the same way.
Definitely, he was a homer, man. He loved the home team. So
I'm a homer.
I'm gonna say, even though that was embarrassing as hell, that was one of the most embarrassing losses.
It was, man.
To
it was
Carolina I have ever seen.
We got football team
in the Super Bowl. It's almost as psychologically downing and dimming as that Super Bowl loss.
You're right.
to New England.
You're right. I thought I counted that as a win.
Yes, I did too. But hey, yeah. Hopefully it's better this week. This week. Hey, love your thoughts, y'all. Go to scan the QR code, use the logo. Our links are there. Definitely, we're on social media. As a matter of fact, appreciate the folks on TikTok, man. We really. As a matter of fact, we're picking up on that and Velvet Frequency Radio on TikTok. So thanks for jumping on. Castropolis.net is where you can hear us, see us. Everything is there. The People Poll, if you want to leave a message. As a matter of fact, if you got a shout out for Banks, if you want to leave a shout out, go there and I'll play it back. I'll play something back on Velvet Frequency as well as on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, send me the link.
I'll make sure the link is out there. And Spotify, you can comment as well. Make comments on each podcast on Spotify. Don't forget, y'all, Velvet Frequency Radio is free. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok. Again, thank you so much on TikTok, man. We get a lot of engagement on TikTok. Saturday nights, check out Velvet Frequency Radio. Download the 365 app, Live 365, search Velvet Frequency Radio. Sundays at 4 p.m. Definitely the Bird Wire is there, man. Tanya B is doing her thing. Yes. Listen to the Bird Wire. Sundays at 6 p.m. You can hear this show playback for the most recent episode. We stream it back at 6 p.m. Again, y'all, I just want to say thank you again to everybody, man. Thanks putting up with me this week. I didn't want to make it sullen and downtrodden. This has been a tough week, honestly. This is the most I've laughed today.
We're going to keep celebrating. Keep celebrating.
We gotta celebrate life,
man. Gotta celebrate life.
I just refuse to take the other approach. I'm gonna celebrate my brother because he would have wanted it that way. That's the way he would have wanted it. So that's how we talk, man. We talk shit all the time back and forth. So.
It's funny. Can I get up before we go? I just want to give a quick. My first real experience with Harold Banks, I was at the College Station, and I had not really experienced too much about commercial radio, so I don't really, I know that we've had the discussion of what's real and what's not real, and talent, should be the deciding factor, not who's getting, the spins and stuff. So. But one day Harold Banks came up to me and was like, "Man, why do y'all always be dissing me like that?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? Who are you?" He was like, "Yo, man, I listen to y'all. I support y'all. He was like, I get a lot of I listen to you. You screen a lot of music for me." you know, because what we were playing wound up getting, you know, being commercial worthy. And, you know, he really had to check me on that. And I was kind of like, you know, at the time I'm still young. I'm 21, you know, I'm like, man, but, you know, but Harold was able to really, it was because of that conversation that Harold and I became cool. And, you know, that also helped me to understand what commercial radio is and what, you know, the differences between the commercial and non-commercial sectors when it comes to that. So I really want to say thank you. You know, there was another one, Rodney Terry was another guy who used to really try to school me on on that relationship as well, you know, but I really want to say thank you to Harold, because Harold could have taken it in a whole nother direction. He could have been extremely aggressive about it, but it wound up, you know, where we were able to form a relationship because of it. And he made me a better DJ, you know, just from opening my eyes. So, you know, I definitely want to give a shout to the Bankster.
Definitely. Man, Rodney Terry and Luther Terry, his dad. What a... the combo.
He said Luther Terry. Good God.
Yes, man. Back in the day. Wow.
Yeah.
Just some great memories, man. Really great memories. I'm
sure.
looking forward to the memorial when we get a chance to talk.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Hey, y'all, with that, episode 285 is in the can, man. Y'all have a great week. Stay positive, stay up, peace, and power to the people. Take care.
Take care.
Fight the power.
You've been listening to This is the G Podcast. And This is the G Podcast is a production of the Castropolis Podcast Network. Thanks for listening.